Wow, 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 wow. Broncos country, 7-2. Can you believe that? The Cardiac Kids come with another fourth quarter comeback win. The Broncos are 4-0 in games in which they're entering the fourth quarter with a deficit. That is insane. So, guys, I'm going to give you my takeaways. Let me know who your MVP is of the game, and I will be live later tonight with Let's Talk Broncos and mic'd up to give a more in-depth, hour-long post game. But let's go ahead and get into this game. We knew the Texans defense was going to be very, very difficult to put a lot of points up against. I talked about on Friday how it was imperative for Bo Nix to have some big time throws downfield. And what did we see? Even in the first half, Sean Payton dialing up some deep throws, some throws down the field. And for whatever reason, sometimes it's drops from the wide receiver. Other times it's like wide open guys. Like Evan Ingram on like a nice little fade or wheel route. Bo Nix isn't hitting those guys. He's overthrowing them, or they're just inaccurate throws. For some reason, man, the passing game, the offense couldn't really get it together to start this game and really throughout this game. But then we saw Bo Nix finally hit a deep shot there in the second quarter after the drive after the interception where Bo threw one deep, didn't see the safety there. This was a 70-yard drive capped off with a 30-yard touchdown pass to Cortland Sutton that was fantastic. And this was right after he missed Evan Ingram wide open for, I think, what would have been a touchdown. Great to see him bounce back after that interception to lead a scoring drive. And then things get very interesting, right? Uh, I mean, special teams is what really honestly kept us down in this game. That's how I feel. The Texans missed the field goal to start the game. Then we get a blocked field goal. Um, how does a guy in the NFL have 14 career blocked punts and kicks? That's insane. Can we trade for that guy? He beat Quinn Miners to block that field goal. How about that? But then it's just a lot of punts. I mean, special teams miscues. It was crazy. I have them down here: a blocked field goal, a touchback miscue on a kickoff by Bidet that allowed the touchback at the end of the first half to be at the 20 instead of the 35. They gave up two big returns. Fabroni had a personal foul out of bounds. Michael Bandy had a muff. Darren Rizzi was terrible today, except in the fourth quarter. Special team stepped up huge. We'll get to that there in a minute. But then in the third quarter, it was this is what the drives were: punt, field goal, punt, 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 punt between the Broncos and Texans. It was ugly, old school football. But then we saw Bo Nix driving at the end of the third quarter, and we saw him put together a fantastic drive that was capped off with a beautiful 27-yard touchdown pitch and catch to RJ Harvey, man. He was phenomenal in this game. The defense forcing punt, 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 punt on four straight Texans drives. The Broncos in 6 plays in 50 seconds get down the field. What did we see? I was about to make this a big point in the post game. Bo Nix has so much room to run. They're rolling him out quite a bit to alleviate that pressure that's coming off the edges for the Texans. And I mean, he had running lanes all game. And I was getting ready to say in the post game, if we lost this game, that's one area that the offense and Bo Nix particularly could have been much, much better, is just taking those opportunities to get 8 yards, 10 yards. Sometimes I feel like on some of those scrambles. So it was great to see the design quarterback runs a couple times on that final drive. We had RJ Harvey making a big play. We had J.K. Dobbins with a 9-yard run. We had, of course, Bo Nix's 25-yard run there at midfield really puts the Broncos in field goal range. And then after that, our offensive line, J.K. Dobbins, took over. Bo Nix with another big run. And Will Lutz, the October special teams player, AFC player, special teams player of the month, if I can get that right, came down with it. It was a fantastic, gutsy performance. We're missing um, Pat Surtain. We're missing a few other players, right? It was huge that we got this win. And you don't apologize on the road. You don't apologize for winning ugly on the road. You don't apologize for beating a backup quarterback. Shout out to Davis Mills, man. CJ Stroud was 6 of 10 for 79 yards. Davis Mills, 7 of 30, 4.6 yard average, zero touchdowns, zero interceptions. And, I don't know if you could ask a backup quarterback to do much more than what he did against this Broncos defense. So we win 18-15. Again, really unfortunate that CJ Stroud went down. I hope he's okay. Um, while this might have been maybe a little bit sweeter to get it against the Texans, had Stroud been healthy throughout the game, like again, I'm just so happy to see the Broncos, even with our players out, come back, get another fourth quarter comeback victory, and shout out Bo Nix, 18 of 37, 173 yards, two huge touchdown throws, an interception, took one sack for 2 yards. He was better, I feel like, than the stat line alluded to after the first quarter. He didn't even have a completion until the second quarter. J.K. Dobbins, 15 for 61. R.J. Harvey, 2 for 5. R.J. Harvey, 5 receptions, leading receiver for 51 yards and a touchdown. Cortland Sutton, 1 for 30. He had some drops. Troy Franklin, 4 receptions, 27 yards, and a big time catch. I would still count that as a little bit of a contested catch, I think, for the 2-point conversion. He had a couple drops, some tough catches that he didn't come down with that were contested, but ultimately, man, he made more good plays than bad plays, I think, especially in the second half. Shout out to Jeremy Crawshaw. I would say the momentum of this game changed with the Broncos going 3 and out on like our own 20-yard line or so, and he punts a 67-yard field or a punt to flip field position and just take the air out of any momentum the Texans felt like they could have had. Another 4 sacks in this game. Shout out to Jonathan Cooper, Zach Allen, Chris Abrams, Drain, Alex Singleton. Oh, those are the tackles for losses. 4 tackles for loss. And then you also had sacks from Dre Greenlaw, Zach Allen, half from Tillman, half for Roach, and then 1 from Jonathan Cooper. And I think player of the game on the defense had to be Talanoa Hufanga. He was all over the place, 9 total tackles, 5 solo. He was huge. 2 pass deflections or defenses, could have had a pick. And ultimately, man, this was a game in which the Broncos did not play super, sound football, right? A lot of mistakes, especially on special teams. Darren Rizzi, Sean Payton needs to have a serious conversation with Darren Rizzi. There needs to be some sort of accountability on how bad special teams was in these first, 3 quarters or so. But hey, Will Lutz, the punt coverage, Michael Bandy made his catches, fair catches there in the fourth. And he had like a little bit of a return. Special teams, everybody played good in the fourth quarter, but we got to figure out, what's going on with these other quarters with special teams. But really, man, this was a hard-earned victory. 7-2. You don't apologize for it at all. Only 4 penalties accepted for the Broncos for 49 yards. The Texans had 4 for 29 as well. So shout out to the Broncos on not having a lot of penalties called on them in this game. That's been a huge issue, and it's great to see some improvement with that. And 6 of 15 on third down, but Texans were 7 of 13. And I think that at the end of the day, the Broncos made more plays in crunch time there in the fourth quarter than the Texans did, man. And Bo Nix and this team is 4-0 with a losing deficit, right, in the fourth quarter. That's crazy. They know how to come back. This was in their DNA, and they handled it. They handled like they've been through this, forcing a 3-and-out there with about a minute and change left for the Texans. Bo Nix gets the ball, and the offense drives down to run out the clock. Gutsy performance. The players, I think, need to be very, very happy and proud of themselves getting a road win to go to 7-2. We got the Raiders, I believe, on Thursday. So quick turnaround. Let's get healthy. Hopefully everybody's okay and get special teams figured out. I'll be live a little bit more tonight, guys, but be sure to hit that like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on this. I mean, this was just fantastic. And subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you know when I go live here in a couple hours with my friends. Go Broncos.